Hello, Crusaders. I'm Owen Schreiber.
And I'm Elijah Clegg. Welcome to the Red and Gold Show. The Catholic Schools Week Essay Contest finalists should stop by Mrs. Murphy's office in room 103 after school today for your pizza lunch pass if you haven't picked it up yet. The finalists will be treated to a pizza lunch on Friday in room 105, the enrollment office conference room. Please keep Seamus DeGiusto in your thoughts and prayers. Seamus is undergoing brain surgery today, and we pray for a successful surgery and a full recovery. Now let's go to Mallory for a look at today's clubs.
Thanks, Elijah. The Key Club held their annual coat drive from January 30th through February 3rd. Altogether, they collected 80 winter clothing items. Yesterday, a member of the Catholic Charities came to Scecina, and Key Club members braved the winter weather to load all the items into the car that would take them to the Catholic Charities, where they will be used to help the needy. Congrats to the Key Club and to all who donated. You gave that little extra. In other club news, the Archery Club will meet today after school in the cafeteria. The next international club event will be held after school on Wednesday from 3:10 to 4:30 p.m. Club members will be exploring Korean pop culture, otherwise known as K-pop. Now back to Elijah for more news.
Thanks, Mallory. February marks Black History Month, so each day will recognize African American men and women who have made significant contributions to America and the rest of the world. Josiah Henson fled slavery in Maryland in 1830, and later founded a settlement in Ontario, Canada, for other black citizens who had escaped. He wrote an autobiography that he titled The Life of Josiah Henson, formerly a slave, now an inhabitant of Canada, as narrated by himself. The book, published in 1849, is believed to have been Harriet Beecher Stowe's inspiration for the main character in Uncle Tom's Cabin. Now let's go to Julian for a look at our Crusader sports.
Thanks, Elijah. Today after school, Lexi Carr will sign a letter of intent to play volleyball at DePaul next year. The signing ceremony will be held at 3:20 in the cafeteria. Congrats, Lexi. Tomorrow night, the gymnastics team will compete in the sectional at Columbus East at 7 p.m. Also tomorrow, the boys basketball team will play Southmont in their final regular season game, with the JV playing at 6 and varsity at 7:30. It's senior night, so come out and cheer on the boys as they wrap up their season and head into sectionals. In other sports news, the lacrosse team is still looking for players. The weather has affected things lately, but normally the team practices each day from 4:30 to 6:30 on the football field. If you are interested in playing but are still playing basketball, please stop by the field after practice to talk to the coach and let him know that you are interested. The team will hold a call-out and parent meeting next Thursday after practice at 6 p.m. Now back to Owen for more news.
Thanks, Julian. The Marion County Health Department will administer hearing screenings to any sophomores on March 5th. The test will take place in the hospitality room, and the students will go there during their Catholic theology classes. Please see Mrs. Ford in the guidance office with any questions. If you haven't made a college decision and would like more information, this might be for you. The Northeast Indianapolis College Fair will be held March 10th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. The event will be held at Lawrence North High School in the main gym. Enter through door 11. More than 70 colleges and universities will be represented, and the list grows every single day. Now let's go back to Daisy for a look at the weather.
Thanks, Owen. We have a cloudy day and we'll have a high of 35 and a low of 19 degrees. We'll have highs in the 30s with lows around 20s the next few days. There's no chances of snow or rain until next week, and we are looking forward to warmer days starting on Sunday. Have a good day, Crusaders. Now back to more news.
Thanks, Daisy. Yesterday we celebrated Mass with a retired priest. Today, Wendy Gonzalez, Grace Ochoa, and Naomi Torres give us a look at what it's like to be a priest. They went way beyond the box for this one, traveling all the way to Columbus, Indiana, to spend the day with a priest that you may know.
All glory and honor is yours forever and ever.
Father Chris Wadelton used to be a priest at St. Philip Neri in Holy Cross. Now he's not only serving at a new church, but also in a new city. Father Chris appreciates the architecture of his new church.
Welcome to St. Bartholomew in Columbus, Indiana. We are standing in the narthex of our church here. It is roughly built like a nautilus, like a seashell nautilus. So it's a conical shape where you enter the narthex at one end, come into the narthex and wrap around, and then you follow the conical shape into the church as well. So it's a very unique design, architecturally very interesting. At the Easter Vigil, we will do immersion baptism, so I'll actually be in the baptismal font for the welcoming of new members at the Easter Vigil.
Father Chris also values the community at St. Bartholomew.
Kind of known as a very diverse population, very diverse community, and so it's a beautiful community to be part of.
Although every day is different, Father Chris has a routine.
Of the day would start with prayer. We celebrate Mass every day. Around the school, I always welcome the kids when they come to school between like 7:15, 7:30, so that's always a joy to watch the kids come in and welcome them to the day. Emails are also something that has to be done. There's always more emails than I can answer in a single day.
Father Chris has been a priest for 10 years. He attended 3 different seminaries. He finished his seminary here in Indiana at St. Meinrad. Father Chris thought about becoming a priest from a very young age.
I think it's always been in the back of my mind from the time I was in grade school, probably 4th or 5th grade. It was a possibility. It was something I thought about.
One of the reasons I like being
Throughout life, I've always kind of thought about it here and there. But then when I started discerning more thoroughly in my 30s, that was the one option that really brought me joy and peace, and an idea that it would be what God was wanting me to do. So what brought me to consider being a priest was just the thought that that was going to be the most fulfilling way to live my life. It was a desire to do something that would be fulfilling in life, using the gifts and the talents that God gave me in a way that would bring happiness and joy. And so in looking at different careers, the priesthood always came up as one of the possibilities. And the more and more I thought about it and prayed about it, it became clear that that would be the career path that would make me the most happy.
Many aspects of being a priest bring joy to Father Chris's life, but he most enjoys his relationships with people.
The favorite part of being a priest is being involved in people's lives at some of the most important times. At the birth of their children, the death of parents and friends, marriages, quinceañeras. Just being invited into people's lives in those times and those celebrations make it very rewarding and very fulfilling.
Being a priest does mean sacrificing, but for Father Chris, the joy outweighs any sacrifices he has made.
I guess I look at the joys of being a priest more. I mean, I think all manners of life have sacrifices, whether you're single or married or in religious life. I just look at all the blessings that I get to be involved in as a priest. I guess some of the sacrifices might be not being married, not having a family. There's certainly a longing sometimes to have children or have a family, but I don't believe those are great sacrifices. I think the joys overwhelm those very easily.
Almighty and ever-living God, direct our actions according to your good pleasure, that in the name of your beloved Son we may abound in good works.
Thanks, ladies. It's great to get a look at Father Wadelton's life as a priest, and we're glad to see that he's doing well in Columbus.
That's it for today's news. Stay classy.
And give that little extra.